Hello, filthy casuals and stinky sweats alike. My name is Big Boy Nappin, and I love talking about Elder Scrolls. If you like listening to people talk about Elder Scrolls, then check out my channel. I'm sure you'll like the rest of my videos. I'm currently working on a video essay about Lyranth, but it's taking a lot of time and a lot of research, so I figured I'd put this video out in the meantime. ESO is an amazing game, but we've got some things that really need to be talked about. Will they ever be changed? Probably not. But if we don't ever talk about them, then they definitely won't get changed. We're not here to talk about bugs or glitches or server issues. We're here to talk about intentional design choices that just don't make sense. This list is meant to highlight aspects of the game that developers purposefully implemented, and we'll talk a little bit about why these choices just really suck. So if you agree with anything on this list, hit the like button and subscribe because there's more Elder Scrolls content on the way, and you won't want to miss out, guys. This is 5 things I hate about ESO. Guys, coming in at number 1, we have fast travel tax. This is just stupid. This is completely stupid. Somebody please help this make sense. Why is the player being taxed for fast travel? Where does the gold even go? Who is the one taking the gold? This is whack. I stopped the plane meld. I should be able to fast travel for free. This is ridiculous. And not to mention the fact that not only is there a tax for fast travel, but if you fast travel more frequently, like the more frequently you fast travel, the more expensive it gets. Absolutely not. That is so stupid. Guys, coming in at number 2, we have quest journal limit. Another absolutely absurd choice. You might think that 25 quests sounds like a good bit, but it's not, okay? No quest journal limit is enough, no matter what number it is. But if you're going to say that we have to have a limit to how many quests we can have in our journal, which is really dumb, but if you're going to say that we have to, at least bump it up from 25. It's been the same that it was since launch. And that's just absurd. That's so low, especially with how many new regions have been brought into the game, how many new quests you can pick up. And you're telling me I can only have 25 quests at a time? Seriously? Look, I'm not going to say that we should be able to buy journal upgrades the same way you do inventory space upgrades, because again, I think that the journal should be limitless. I think it should be endless. But if you're going to put a hard limit on it, at least make it so that maybe there's this merchant near the bag merchant and he'll sell you a bigger journal with like more pages, you know, whatever. Bump it up to like 75 or even 50. You know, more than 25. That's nothing. It's so annoying to have to pick up a quest and then it tells you your quest log is full. What? That's so stupid. Like, do you want me to explore your game? Do you want me to do your quests or not? Because this is ridiculous. How many times have you been in a dungeon and you went to go pick up the dungeon quest and then you're like, oh, hold on, guys. I gotta delete some stuff out of my quest journal real quick to pick up the No, it's dumb. It's dumb. I hate it. I know it's in number 2. This list is not in any particular order, but if it were, quest journal limits would probably be number 1. It's infuriating. And we're moving on. All right, guys, coming in at number 3, we've got the Dungeon Finder. This one's a little bit different than the rest of the things on this list because the Dungeon Finder itself is actually working as intended. And I think that it's good to have in the game because you need something like that so that players can do other things while they're waiting to be put in a dungeon. The problem comes in with how easily it is to misuse the Dungeon Finder, okay? I'm looking at you, you freaking role scumbags. Stop queuing up as something that is not your role, okay? If you cannot fulfill that role in group play, then don't queue up as that role, all right? You're going into group content, all right? You are going into team player kind of content. So be a team player, all right? It's not all about you, okay? I understand that for DPS people, it does take entirely too long to get into a dungeon. I agree, and it shouldn't be that way. It's mostly because everybody and their mom plays as DPS, so what you have is a ton of people trying to queue up for the same slots in dungeons, and that provides a really long waiting list for you guys, which is, you know, it sucks. It's not fair for you guys, and I hate that for you. I myself play as a DPS sometimes, and it does slow down the leveling up process because it makes it take a whole lot longer to grind dungeons, okay? But still, when you fake your role just to get into a dungeon, your group hates you, okay? I'll be the one to say it. Those dudes in game chat that you're not in a party with, they hate you. They know that you queued up as the healer and you're not providing them with any heals, okay? That's selfish, and it's disrespectful, and it's annoying. It's really annoying. Or the guy that queues up as a tank and has no taunt ability and has absolutely no sustain and is not able to tank literally even minions. All right, you suck. You suck, dude. I'll be the one to say you suck. Now, I'm not really sure what can be done about the whole Dungeon Finder situation to fix this issue, but it's an issue that needs to be fixed nonetheless. And I guess if I knew what needed to be done, then I would be on the developer team, which I'm not. Okay, I'm just the guy out here, you know, pointing it out. I suppose it shouldn't be so easy to change your role. Okay, so what about this, right? Hear me out now, okay? What if you can't change your role at all, right? When you pick your role for your character, it's locked, right? So if you want to change your role, maybe there's a cooldown, you know? Maybe you can't just do it every willy-nilly whenever you want. Or, you know, each build for each character has their own role that, like, once you select it, it's locked. I don't know. Maybe that would help the situation. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. That's just kind of an idea. All I know is that when I get into dungeons and people have cheesed the Dungeon Finder, it sucks. It makes the dungeon experience very frustrating, and it can lead to newer players dying a lot because they're not in a group suited to support them. And that makes the experience really bad for newer players, which everybody in the community, we've got to understand that if ESO is bad for new players, ESO will stop getting new players, all right? Oh, and another idea that I've heard some people say is that maybe there would be level-based queues, right? So maybe you don't have to put any kind of like cooldown or lock on changing your role, but instead, when you're placed in a queue, it's a level-based queue. And so you're only queuing up for people that are relatively close to your level. And what that would mean is that the pools for queues would be a whole lot smaller. And so you'd be able to get into dungeons quicker, at least in theory. Now, I don't know if they could really make it work like that. It sounds great in theory, and if that would work, then that'd be fantastic. That would solve a lot of issues, and I think it would make going through dungeons with randoms a lot better of an experience. All right, guys, so coming in at number 4, we've got mounts. Now, to be clear, my issue is not with mounts themselves. I actually think that ESO has continued throughout its lifespan to do really good with mounts and to put out really cool mounts and very unique mounts. I do wish they would add in a different animal. I kind of feel like they've been just redesigning the same handful of animals, you know, the wolf, the lion, the camel. I want to see some different, you know, lean into the idea of like the aspect of Daedric mounts or whatever. But that's a different conversation. What I'm talking about right now is the mounts base speed. Ain't no way, especially on a low-level character, especially if I've only got one character, you know, again, going back to the whole idea of new players coming into ESO, Ain't no way I'm about to drop 50,000 gold on a mount and it's not even fast, okay? The base speed for mounts needs to be increased by 15, maybe even 20%, okay? There are so many regions in ESO. There's so many places to explore and places to go. And especially with having the zone finder now, people are really going to be going all over different zones. Again, the same thing I asked earlier. Do you want me to explore your game or not? Give me a mount that's actually fast. Look, and listen, irrelevant to what the mount's movement speed is at base, people are still going to upgrade it, okay? People are still going to go into the crown store and they're still going to buy the mount upgrades. That doesn't really matter, okay? We're talking about a quality of life improvement here, okay? If you think that mount's base movement speed should be increased, even 10%, all right? Even just 10%. Leave a like on the video, all right? Let me know that I'm not alone here. All right, guys, coming in at number 5. This one's pretty egregious, okay? So, nobody likes the inventory limit on ESO, right? Everybody thinks that it should be increased a little bit, right? But there are ways that we can increase it in game. So I think that people don't complain about it as much as maybe it should be complained about. But that's actually not what we're talking about here, okay? Take the base inventory limit and now imagine that same amount of space, that same amount of inventory slots is being shared across all your characters. Yeah, number 5, we're talking about bank spaces. That's freaking ridiculous, dude. That the same, what is it, like 65 or something like that? The same 65 inventory limit is for your bank, but this one is shared across all your characters for your entire account? No, dude, it's a bank. First off, it's a bank, okay? You shouldn't have a limit, all right? You just shouldn't, all right? But even if you're gonna have a limit, the same limit as a single inventory, but for all your characters? What? Really? Dude, that's so dumb, okay? If you're gonna say that it has to have an inventory space limit, which again is stupid, at least make it like 100. Make it like 120, 130. Seriously, come on. Increase it already, all right? We're like 8 years into this game, or whatever, 7, whatever, I don't know off the top of my head. We've been playing this game for a long time. There's a lot of players who have been, you know, storing some keepsakes and things that they think are cool, you know, whatever, however you decide to use your bank. Come on, give us the quality of life improvement. I promise you, everybody would be happy if they just put out this update and was like, hey, we're going to increase everybody's bank space by like 20 slots. Everybody would cheer. That would be awesome. Nobody would complain about that. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up my list of 5 things that I hate about ESO. Thank you for listening to me rant. I just wanted to get a shorter video out while I work on more long-form content. Right now I'm working on a Lyriant video essay, but that takes a lot of research, and I'm enjoying how it's going. I think it's going to be a really great video, but it's going to take me some more time to get it ready. So I figured I'd put this out just to have some more, you know, new posts on the channel. So if you guys like this video, leave a like, and go check out my channel. You'll probably like the other videos. If you want to hang out with me while I play Elder Scrolls games, head on over to twitch.tv/BigBoyNappin. We're going to be doing a Skyrim playthrough pretty soon once I get all the mods worked out. So I'm really excited about that. If you'd like to join my Elder Scrolls Online guild, just message me on Xbox at BigBoyNappin. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below on this stuff. Let me know what you agree with and don't agree with. And while you're at it, let me know which ones you would change and how you'd actually change them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good one. And peace out, you filthy casuals.